Kerry here. A shout out to all my Best of US agents. Come to bestofusagents.com and you'll know what I'm talking about. I had told you last week I was going to give you a Wednesday briefing and just kind of help you learn from what's happened to me the prior week. In this past week, in fact, just today, I got a listing of one of the listings I've wanted for 3 years, and I've pursued this person on my most wanted list for 3 years, and I've got the listing. And I want you to learn from it, and so we're going to spend our day in the house, and I'm going to share with what I've done and what I'm doing and how I'm growing my business. And hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll say, aha, that's something I can do. If he can do it, I can do it. Okay, so let's take a look at it. This is a house I first saw 3 years ago when I first got into the business. And I decided at that time, if it ever became available, I was going to do all I could to list it. So I started dripping Bob, the owner, 3 years ago, and finally last week he decided he wanted to put it back on the market and gave me an opportunity to list it. The key to what I'm telling you here is I dripped it for 3 years. I showed him why I was different, how I was different, and how I was the right person to list the house. And that's the key. That's the key to success in this business, is you decide who you want to do business with, and then you just keep telling them why they should do business with you. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. This is a very stately home. Colors may not be to your liking, but I think you can see why I fell in love with this. It is extremely grand, and it is extremely changeable. And what I mean by that is I'm not too excited about pink, and I'm not really excited about the yellow in this room, but the space is magnificent. And so when I first saw it, I said, I want to list this home, and I want to make a name that I was there to show people, walk them through the house, and show them how it could become so much more than what it is now. So I just continued to tell this gentleman how I was different than any other agent until he finally gave me a call and said, will you come to my office and let's talk about this. One of the first things he said to me was, you're not like any other agent. And I assured him that I was not like any other agent, that I would do a video of his house, an 8-minute video, and then I would share it with his target market. And I would find that target market on LinkedIn, because who was going to buy this was going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an entrepreneur. And that's where they find themselves. That's what you have to do. You have to show people that you're different, that you're not the normal real estate agent that just puts up a sign and lists and creates an MLS listing, that you will go beyond the elements of expectation and create an audience for the house and then get it sold. Creating a video, though, is not just enough. You also have to have a place to house that video that people can come and find it. And that would be, you have to create have a dedicated website. Now, I use Real Geeks, and it has worked extremely well for me. I had a young man gear it by neighborhood, and then also shows my featured listings, so that when someone finds my site, they actually decide that there is more information on my site than there is on Zillow. And so I see every time someone comes to my site and looks at which homes, and then I can respond to them. And that's what makes me different and makes me appealing to so many wealthy luxury home owners. Then let's talk about the fact that I show up for every showing. I'm here at the house today waiting for a gentleman who actually visited one of my other listings last week. So I know him. I've met he and his wife, and so I have something of a relationship. Now, I'm not his agent at this point, but it will give me an opportunity to get to know him better, get to know what his likes and dislikes are, so that if I have another house that is possibly appropriate for him, I can bring that to his attention as well. It's very important that you show up for the showings of your listings. So when you show the house, you get to meet the buyers, and you learn what the buyers are looking for and what their likes and dislikes are. If you aren't there, you don't know. You don't know what will come of the conversations that you have with them and the influence that you might have over them, because you know the house better than anybody else does, other than the homeowner, and they aren't going to be there. So it's important that you be at the showings and learn who's coming to see your house. Okay, that's my story on how to get a good listing, how to take care of a good listing, and how to make sure you're there when the buyers show up, so that you learn what they're all about and what they're looking for. And you don't know, it may be another house that you have that they end up buying, but if you're not there, you'll never know. They'll walk away, you won't know, you'll get a little feedback that won't tell you anything. But that's how you run a business. You take care of your customers, you take care of the people who come to the house, and you build a following. You're doing things that other agents won't or can't do. So stay with me, become one of bestofusagents.com, go to our Facebook page, Best of US Agents, and join our tribe. And we'll take you and you'll take us to greater things. Okay, so that was my house that I just listed and I just showed, and it was so important that I was there. It was a young couple. They fell in love with the outside of the house, and then I just basically said, you know, when we got to the foyer, I said, pink isn't my color, and she said, it's not mine either. And I said, well, that's why I went out and got a bid to what it would cost to paint every wall in this house. And they said, how much would that be? And I said, about $12,000. So I want you to look at the space, not the colors. And if, by the way, I said, if you want some of the furniture, it's all pretty much for sale as well. So I got them past that. And that's why it's so important that you're there for the showing, is you take a negative and you turn it into a positive. You tell them that you have the power now to make this whatever you want it. And look at the space, look at the size of the rooms, look at the layout, and don't worry about the colors. So we get upstairs, and I didn't take you up there, but the carpet up there it's pink too. It's even a brighter pink. So what was the question? The question was, Carrie, what would it cost to replace the carpet? And I said, well, it's probably going to cost you somewhere around $30,000, $40,000. So you got about a $50,000 expense to put this the way you want it. That's all doable now. Now the burden is not the house, the burden is the money. And I got to tell you, money is not a problem with these people. So I just was so excited, and I wanted to share that with you, because truly, it was a good buyer's experience, and it is so gratifying to know that 3 years ago I set my sights on this house, and now it's my listing, and I'm going to sell it for this couple. They're the delightful couple. This business is just so much fun because of the people you meet and the people you get to interact with, and that includes you. So I'm going to ask you to subscribe, ring the bell, leave some comments. Help me out here. help me out and let me know what you want to know more about and how, maybe I'm glossing over something that is on your mind, but I just took it for granted. And then go to become a part of the tribe. Come to bestofusagents.com, and then also look up Best of US Agents Facebook, and that's where we're sharing. We're up to about 100 people in it now, and we're exchanging ideas. And so it's more than just me. It includes you. So have a good week. I hope these people buy this house. They're fun. He's an NBA basketball star. Okay, got it off my chest. There we go.